Okay, so we make new project. Here we close. Here we use the empty view activity. We name it with the data binding. Make sure you save the location is correct. Your language is Kotlin. API accordingly. And then finish. Okay, so we wait the Android Studio preparing the environment. So once the environment is ready, then we make sure that the project can be run. Here I use my phone device. So I select on this and display. So I minimize my running device here to give us the flexible way of navigating all of the script here. Now go to the build Gradle. And in this part, you have to build feature. And then you add the data binding assign true. You can close all of the pop-up here. And then you do synchronize now to update all of the library needed for the data binding. And now it is importing data binding. And we wait one moment until everything is okay and it's already done now. So we continue, go into our REST layout. We see the activity main XML here and go to the code. And here we use the text view, but the ID is not there. So you assign the ID for this. This is very important to identify the component. So I name it with the TV hello. Okay. And then the result is when we see the design is on the screen like this. Then I continue with adding the app compact button. Okay, like this, I minimize the design screen. And then don't forget to close. And the layout should be the match parent. So should be follow the width of the parent accordingly, but the height should be the right content. And don't forget to put the ID. And we name it with the button submit. And since we are going to put this under the text view, so we check the design that we have here. We have the button, but it is up there. So we want to put it under the hello. Okay, so here we add first the to start as the parent. Okay, and also we can add the end to end the parent. And since we want to put it in under the TV hello, so this should be the two bottom. So top to bottom of the TV hello. Okay, so let's see the result. We have that already under the TV hello. Okay. Then we can add margin here. to give a little space. So the component have a kind of a breadth space there. And also you can copy, you can put it there. Okay. And now here you put the text for it. So the text here should be the submit data binding. Okay, so we have these two elements here, and we can simply check whether it can be run or not. You just click the run app here, and then the Gradle will be running. We wait a moment until everything is come up in our running device. Okay, let's check our running device here. So the Gradle will finish, and we wait until the project is appear in our display. Okay, so it's there now. Submit data binding is there. Okay, so we continue to convert the XML into the data binding version. We close this, we minimize this. Okay, and the XML should be converted here. So in here, you right click and then show context action. And then you convert to the data binding. Okay, then you're gonna have the data here. Okay, so kind of another difference is the, now you have the layout here. Okay, previously you didn't have it. If you want to see the difference, I want to, okay, I make a new layout here, a new layout. Okay, so I make a test there. Now, so for this layout, as you can see that we have the Android X constraint layout, widget constraint layout here. But after you are converting that into the data binding, gonna be this layout XML Android. Okay, so the Android constraint layout widget will not be there any longer. Okay, but it will be put here. Okay, so this part will be generated to us by using the data binding. And this part was generated to us. Okay, so in this data, you can put that new tag, which is the variable, and will be automatically displayed to us the name and the type. So for the name, I can make a my message here. And then the type is the string. This is the data type for the my message. Okay, and for the new component here, I can add a new text view. Okay, we add a new text view. Sorry, text view. Okay, layout with the parent, and then the height should be the wrap content. This is the match parent. Okay, and we can make here the start to start. We adjust the position, and then to end also with the parent, but it's gonna be below the submit, the button submit. So this is to bottom, top to bottom of the ID of the submit there. And here, as for the text, normally we make something like welcome here, but now we change this, the annotation, this, yeah, it's a kind of calling the variable, but with the annotation, and the value should be taken from this. Okay, don't forget to close it. Okay, and as the result, we will have this below here, but since we have this as a variable name, so I replace this one moment with the hello here. So the hello should be there. So you can see hello is there. Okay, and we can replace this back into the my message. Okay, so that's it. So we have the another text view, but we don't need here the ID, no need. Yeah, since we will identify this component by using the data binding. So this part should be automatically identified by data binding, and this part should be automatically will be filled when we are do computing in the Kotlin file. We're gonna see it after this. Okay, so this is the layout that we have. Now we continue to the main activity. So in the main activity here, as usual, you remove this and also this. Now you declare the let init var binding and this is the pair with the activity main binding. Yeah, because we have the main activity as the name of the Kotlin. So it should be the activity main followed by the binding. Yeah, if you have main activity to Kotlin, so it's gonna be activity main to binding. So it's gonna be main activity Kotlin name become the activity main. Okay, you will see the example on the next video. So we have this as the declaration for the binding. Okay, now for the here the binding, yeah, we assign with the data binding util. Yes, this, okay, the data binding util, and then the set content view. You take the set content view here. This should be these are layout activity main. Should be like this. Okay, so that's all. And here you call the initialize, you make your own private subroutine. Okay, so you alt enter or you make a new sorry. Create function. So you're gonna have this function. Okay. So in here you make the binding dot. You call the button submit. and then make the event handler set on click listener. Okay, set on click listener. Okay. And then you call the binding dot hello that you have in your XML. You get the text, and then you can assign with the new hello from data binding. Okay, so we have this new assignment, and we see what is the result after this. So Gradle running, we wait until we have the display here, it display in our running screen. So install successfully, and okay, we have that result submit data binding. When we click submit data binding here, the hello world will be replaced by new hello from data binding. Okay, so it's already there, new hello from data binding. However, I haven't shown you yet that below here, there's a text view that we already prepared. But how can we control this view, the text view? So after we show the TV hello replaced by new hello data binding, so I'm gonna call the binding here, but without mention the name, since here we don't have the ID of the text view. Instead, we have just the message here. Okay, so the binding dot my message. So you just like inject the variable name there. Yeah. So you can assign the value. Yeah. Say you have from the button submit, then you get the text of the button submit, and then you put it to the string. So I mean here that submit data binding, this is the text of the button that should be assigned to the my message. So my message will be reacted here, and the text should be displayed on the text view. So we start over the result. Let's see later on. Okay, install successfully. Then you have here the hello word with the submit data binding. And what happened if I click this submit data binding? Okay, to make it more clear, I open in the larger screen here. Now, when we click the submit data binding, okay, so below is the submit data binding, which is coming from the text of the button. So here we can see that we can access the view by using the data binding. Thank you.